Harry said his future wife, brother and sister-in-law were stuck together for the rest of their lives today, as the Fab Four made their first appearance together at an official event. Harry made the quip after being asked if they ever had disagreements or struggled to work together, as a family at the first Royal Foundation Forum, in London to update the public on their charitable projects. But there was serious business as well, with Meghan Markle voicing her support for the #MeToo and #TimesUp campaigns at her working debut with the young royals. Speaking at the event, the former actress said she wanted to hit the ground running after her wedding and support women's rights. She said, "I hear a lot of people speaking about girls' empowerment and women's empowerment. You will hear people saying they are helping women find their voices. I fundamentally disagree with that because women don't need to find their voices, they need to be empowered to use it, and people need to be urged to listen. Right now, with so many campaigns like #MeToo and #TimesUp, there's no better time to continue to shine a light on women feeling empowered and people supporting them." It is the first time the foursome have been pictured together since they attended a Christmas Day church service in Norfolk with the majority of the royal family. William officially welcomed Meghan to the family, adding how delighted he was for her to join them at the event, which was greeted with a warm round of applause from Kate. The Duke said they took inspiration from their parents, the Prince and Princess of Wales, who were an example of diligence, compassion and duty, and their grandparents, the Queen and Duke of Edinburgh, who had made support for charity central to their decades of service to the nation and the Commonwealth. Meghan will become a patron of the charity alongside Harry, William and Kate following the wedding in May, but is already involved and is expected to answer questions on various projects at the London Forum. Asked for her thoughts on the Royal Foundation, Meghan said, "To see the model of the foundation is really interesting because, while I've worked with larger NGO, I've also worked with really small grassroots organizations where you can see a higher level of impact, in my opinion, because there's a lot less red tape. What you are seeing here and what I noticed with Heads Together from a global perspective, because I wasn't here obviously when it was happening, was the power of convening all of these small organizations who have this same issue but need that extra push and support under this umbrella. You are able to achieve that. And the impact they all made with Heads Together was tremendous. So I'm very excited to be able to work on initiatives similarly, and have that same sort of impact globally." Ms. Markle said she had just been here for 3 months but added, "With that said, for me it's very important to want to hit the ground running. Even if it's doing it quietly behind the scenes, which is what I've focused my energy on thus far. Is meeting with the right people, meeting with the organizations behind the scenes quietly, learning as much as I can so I can maximize the opportunity we have here to really make an impact." The two couples arrived together for their first official event as a foursome, and took their seats in front of an invited audience for the inaugural forum of their Royal Foundation. Kate, who is expecting her third child in April, wore a seraphine dress, while Ms. Markle was dressed in a Jason Wu outfit. The Duchess said she had learnt so much from her work in parenting and early intervention in mental health. She said, "You can't help but reflect on your own life, and it's definitely had an impact on how I look at how I mother, how we work as a family, and how we hope to bring up our children." William opened the event by outlining the philosophy behind the foundation, saying, "We would not seek quick wins, but would strive to make a real and lasting difference." William told the invited guests, who included foundation supporters, program partners and beneficiaries, the task for us would not be to reinvent the wheel. Instead, our job was to follow the example of those who had come before us, hold on to the values that have always guided our family, but seek to engage in public life in a way that was updated and relevant for our generation. We were aware that the modern charity sector was very different to the one that previous generations had worked alongside. The generosity of the British people, and the entrepreneurial and creative passion that is at the heart of our communities had seen the number of charities grow from a few thousand in the 1950s to around 180,000 today. Under the theme Making a Difference Together, the event at the Aviva offices in central London will showcase programs run or initiated by the Royal Foundation such as Mental Health Campaign Heads Together, the Invictus Games for Injured Servicemen and Women, and Conservation Scheme United for Wildlife. Launched in 2011, the foundation was set up by William and Harry as the main vehicle to pursue their charitable and philanthropic interests. It is understood Harry and Meghan are keen to focus on issues around youth violence in the UK following a visit to Brixton radio station Represent, set up in 2008 following a spike in knife crime. They have also met mentors from the Full Effect Project in Nottingham, who work with young people to prevent them joining gangs. Royal Foundation Chief Executive Lorraine Hedgesy told Sky News the presence of all four at the event was significant. She said, "What's important to all three of their Royal Highnesses at the moment and Meghan Markle is that this generation of the royal family is seen to work together collectively to make a difference and make a significant impact on the issues that matter both to them as individuals and matter to them collectively and to society. I think for Ms. Markle she just naturally had synergy and understood that idea. It resonated with her and we're now researching very early stages areas of interest and themes that might develop for her in the future." The forum will be hosted by BBC presenter and Radio 1 newsreader Tina Daly, and the audience made up of invited guests, supporters of the Royal Foundation, programme partners and beneficiaries. Meghan is not expected to have any trouble answering questions, given her experience making media appearances as an actress for several years, including panels for her US television show Suits. Unlike many older members of the royal family, who lend their name to good causes by agreeing to become a patron of a specific organization or charity, William and Harry have decided to largely focus their efforts on causes they have a direct involvement with through their own charitable foundation. After she and Harry marry, Miss Markle will become the fourth patron of the foundation, which will then be known and the Royal Foundation of the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge, and whatever dukedom the Queen bestows on Harry and his bride. Today's audience will be made up of invited guests, supporters of the Royal Foundation, organizations it is partnered with, beneficiaries, and, of course, the worldwide media. Miss Daly, who found fame presenting the news and sport for Nick Grimshaw's Radio 1 breakfast show, is seen as one of the up-and-coming stars of BBC journalism, having recently branched out into prime-time television such as Panorama and Crime Watch, although, fortunately for Meghan, she has said that, "I'm never going to be a paxman and nor do I want to be." The ferociously hard-working daughter of first-generation Asian parents, she has worked her way up the ranks of the BBC, but is also friendly with celebrities such as Kate Moss. Indeed, she is seen as having the ear of young people and knows how to talk to them, something that will have appealed greatly to William, Kate and Harry. Feisty and opinionated, she has frequently spoken out of how young people don't feel that current politicians are representing their views. Other programs represented at today's event are the nationwide sporting apprenticeship scheme Coach Corps, the veteran support organization the Endeavour Fund, and the new Heads Together Mentally Healthy Schools initiative. Harry and his fiance are due to walk down the aisle together at Windsor Castle on May 19th, after which they will enjoy an open-topped carriage ride through the streets of the town to allow as many members of the public as possible to see them. Invitations for the wedding are due to go out next week. William is expected to be Harry's best man at his Windsor wedding, and royal watchers will be keen to see the interaction between Kate and Meghan at their first appearance on official duties together. The Duke and Prince's mother Diana, Princess of Wales, forged a strong bond with her sister-in-law Sarah, Duchess of York, in the early years. But the pair fell out later on. William and Kate expressed their delight at the news of Harry's engagement last year. "We are very excited for Harry and Meghan. It has been wonderful getting to know Meghan and to see how happy she and Harry are together," they said.